Federal agents are saying goodbye to Minneapolis as the Trump administration's immigration crackdown in the state winds down after weeks of heavy enforcement that kept the city on edge. Board Czar Tom Homan announced Thursday that Operation Metro Surge is ending, closing out a month-long period marked by mass detentions, protests, and the death of 2 demonstrators.
I have proposed, and President Trump has concurred, that this surge operation conclude. A significant drawdown has already been underway this week and will continue to the next week. As a result of our efforts here, Minnesota is now less of a sanctuary state for criminals. And we are proud of the public safety threats we have removed from the criminal aliens out of this state. As I said in my first press conference a couple weeks ago, President Trump didn't send me here because the operations were being run and conducted perfectly. I came here to identify issues and implement solutions to improve our mission execution.
Homan also said immigration agents will now have more access to undocumented immigrants being held in county jails after what he described as productive conversations with state officials. Governor Tim Walz said earlier this week he expected the crackdown to end within days after speaking with Homan and White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey said he also had a positive meeting with Homan and discussed scaling things back. Walz wrote after the announcement, quote, "The long road to recovery starts now. The impact on our economy, our schools, and people's lives won't be reversed overnight." Last week, Homan said 700 federal officers would leave Minnesota, with more than 2,000 others now set to follow. He plans to stay in the state to oversee the drawdown, while a small number of personnel will remain to transition operations back to the local ICE field office and monitor protest activity.
A small footprint of personnel will remain for a period of time to close out and transition full command and control back to the field office, as well as to ensure agitator activity continues to decline, and that state and local law enforcement continue to respond to ensure officer and community safety.
Homan took over the operation last month after a second fatal shooting involving federal immigration agents sparked political backlash and questions about how the effort was being run. Federal officials, however, said some demonstrators crossed the line into obstruction and violence. Homan said about 200 people were arrested on allegations of interfering with law enforcement. The controversy has also spilled into a broader debate in Congress over funding the Department of Homeland Security.